people enjoyed me the little bit of time I was there, but I guess people didn't really know what to expect. I'm definitely gonna make sure my wardrobe is updated for season 4. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna capture that feeling of not caring about other people's looks.
So congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
How have you been feeling since the show aired?
It's been a bit overwhelming, to be honest. Because I kind of want to reply back to all of the comments and all of the messages and stuff, and it's like you can't really get to them all, but I'm gonna try. But yeah, it's been very overwhelming, and there's been just a lot of like really strong messages. Like I remember the first couple days, I was just in tears every day.
What, because of the fan reaction?
Yeah, the fan reaction, and then just the just so many people like relating with my story and things like that. It was just I guess I never expected that of people.
When you returned to the show, did you feel like because you were quite early out in your season that you had more to prove, or did you feel like there was sort of less pressure because of that?
I would say the less pressure. You could see the fan reaction was a little bit medium to me. There was like people, I think people enjoyed me the little bit of time I was there, but I guess people didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah, because I mean, there was some like big front runners there, like that had made it to the final of their season. So how did you feel going onto the show knowing that you'd be competing against them?
I ultimately was just, my goal was just to have fun. I was like, I'm not like, it's not that I don't want to take it seriously, but I'm like, drag at its core is supposed to be a little silly and fun. So I was going in with that mentality when I was finally told the cast, and they were like Victoria and Dolly and Loris. I was just like, well, I guess I'm just going to be here having fun.
Did you find that that made it easier for you though, that like you didn't go in with any sort of notion or anything?
Yeah, it definitely made it a lot easier. It was still serious, but it was a little bit less serious. It was just like, well, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna do what I have to do, what I love to do, and we'll just see how people react to that.
Did you find it easier as well because obviously you didn't get to see anyone else's looks before the show went out? So did that sort of take the pressure off, maybe get you out of your head a bit because there was no like boudoir?
It definitely did help a lot. For season 4, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna capture that feeling of not caring about other people's looks. But after we were done filming, I was freaking out. I was like, Victoria's gonna be there.
Have you started preparing for season 4 at all?
Like a little bit. Like I was thinking about what I want to have like for my promotional look, and I was also thinking about like challenges that usually return, like Monsters of Rock, and yeah, the top 3, the filth, horror, and glamour. But just those little bit of things I've been preparing for.
Yeah. Is there anything you are sort of expecting going into it? Because obviously all the seasons have been so different, so this is probably going to be quite different again.
I'm expecting everybody to be tough competition. The Boulets, they don't cast unless they think that the queens are ready.
And do you think there's going to be more expectations on you going in as the winner and being the returning queen?
I definitely do. Luckily, I think I'm in a very decent headspace where I believe I'll be able to deliver on that.
Yeah. Do you see it as having an advantage that you've already sort of gone through this process once? Like, what do you think will benefit you with that?
It definitely does feel like I have an advantage because even coming back this for Resurrection, even though it wasn't a regular season, it was just the advantage of being, around the Boulets again and doing a floor show and, talking in front of a camera. And I remember when I filmed season 3, those were extremely jarring things to have happened before. Like I remember when they put the camera and they were like, okay, so tell us about your day here. I was just like, oh God, I don't know if I can answer these questions. And doing it the second time, I felt more comfortable and relaxed.
There was a post-credit scene in the Resurrection special. What do you think that that means? Do you think that Dali is going to be joining you?
I really hope so. When I was watching this the Resurrection, I wasn't thinking I wasn't putting it past anybody to win or anything. Like I didn't there wasn't a single point until the very end when I was like, "Oh wow, I won." But the entire time I remember distinctly like really loving Dolly's looks. Just because it's such a departure of what they did before and the way they were able to adapt it. I thought they were spectacular.
Yeah. Did you have any other favorites from the show?
Um Definitely Victoria and Frankie. I really enjoy Frankie really brings out the fun in drag to me. And Victoria for obvious reasons. She's amazing.
Have you thought about what you're going to spend your prize money on yet?
I'm gonna get a new Xbox.
I mean, that's not the biggest purchase with $20,000 though. So is there anything else that you're going to be doing?
I'm definitely gonna make sure my wardrobe is updated for season 4, and just kind of save the rest.
Very clever thinking. How did you find having the Boulets in your home?
Oh my gosh, having them at my house was interesting. So filming season 3, we see them in the background, but we don't get to really see a whole lot of them. And they're just so hands-on. They're extremely hands-on. It was really because I know they said they sent the skeleton crew, but I don't think people understand like how skeleton the crew was. It was like 5 of them. So having them at my house, it was really nice to have them there. Actually, it was very personable to see how much they care about the show and stuff like that. It was really great. It made me love the show more.
Yeah. Did you find it sort of easier being able to put on a floor show in your hometown and sort of a location that you're familiar with?
A little yes and no, because it had like none of the adrenaline feeling to it because I was set in a comfort zone. So after every day we would wrap up filming, it would just be over, and I'm like, did that just happen? Or did it I would just be spending the whole night wondering, did that happen? And then when they left, it was just kind of over, and I was just kind of like, what just happened?
When you got the call for the show and you sort of found out it was going to be like this different format and they were going to be talking to you and that you'd have to open up a lot more, did it ever worry you about having to sort of get more personal and reveal more about yourself to the viewers?
When I filmed season 3, I was a little bit more of a reserved person. I wasn't really used to being around a lot of drag queens because I was doing drag mainly in my bedroom at that point. But after traveling and seeing, meeting fans and people who resonated with me on the show, I felt it more important to let people know because having a platform like this and letting people know that like, hey, it's not all peaches and cream up here either, I felt like was just very important to get out to people, especially with the way this year is going. And just seeing so many I follow a lot of artists and just see their fatigue with things and things of that nature. I just felt like it was important for people to know that, hey, everyone's kind of going through it. Don't want you to feel alone.